All right. So I went back. Okay. I listened to the album.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw what you sent me. What was that last night? The 5 year. Last night, this morning. Was it 5 years?
Yes. What are the odds?
All right. So I listened to it. What a time to be alive, right? It's not trash.
Okay, so that's a
It's
step.
not
You're
trash.
taking it back. You saying that
But
it's trash.
I immediately asked my wife, like, hey, what'd you think? And she thought I was crazy too.
I talked to her.
I I also talked to my brother. I asked him. He said it's not trash, and this is where I agree. It's not trash, but it's trash for who it is.
Okay, 5 years ago though. I feel like you're comparing it to what they are right now because you didn't listen between the 5
Drake
years
and Future
ago
were
now.
who they like. Drake and Future were huge when they were
Yes,
5
but
years
they're not
ago.
the same artists that they are today.
I think Future's worse than he was in 2015.
Oh wow.
Is Future not worse than what he was in 2015?
I personally loved his album.
This most recent one?
Yes.
This most recent one was a solid album, but the ones before that, I was like, I listened and it was like,
He had
come
some
on, don't
skips
do
previously. He definitely had skips previously. Because I know you didn't like when he collaborated with...
that. Young Thug.
No.
Was it him?
The project that looked like an eye exam. I can't think. I cannot remember the
An
name
eye
of it.
exam? I can't.
Yes, the cover... Is it Metro? I think he might have collaborated with Metro. I don't remember. But yeah, that, and then I know some people liked Hendrix. Did you like Hendrix? Hendrix was cool.
Hendrix and Future both were solid. But, all right, so What a Time to Be Alive came out in 2015. He dropped Purple Rain, but I feel like that's old stuff, kind of. And then Future and Hendrix came out in 2017. And then those were cool projects. And Super Slimy was the him and Young Thug joint. I didn't really remember that too much. I thought that was the same, like, you know, let's grab this and get a money bag real quick. You know what I mean? Get a quick little bag off a collab project because everybody would love to hear a Future and Thug project. And then Beast Mode 2, I was like, eh. Future and Juice WRLD, is that who you was talking about? Mm-mm. Well, they had a joint. They had a project together. And they had a couple ones on there. I was like, man, I'm cool. And then he dropped The Wizard, which came out in 2019. I didn't like it.
The purple joint?
Yes. And then he dropped Save Me.
It's forgettable.
And then he dropped High Off Light. All of those just kind of sound the same to me. So, like, it was, I didn't really fool with it. But 2015 Future, because Dirty Sprite 2 came out in 2015. I feel like that's a classic album. So, What a Time to Be Live, I re-listened, and I was like, okay, it's not trash. There's some joints on here, for sure. But for what we expected from people like Drake and Future, if this was, you take any two artists off of the XXL freestyle this year, freshman list this year, if they would have put something out like this, I feel like the world would have been like, yo, that's a really good project. Because it was Drake and Future, I feel like it was, it could have been better.
I just disagree, and that's just period.
You're not the only one, because people was telling me, like, Nosa commented on the video.
Yes.
He talking about don't be capping or whatever. I don't ever
fire.
cap. Never cap over here. But it's not trash. It was just
fire for the time it came out. I
just expected more from two artists like Drake and Future at this point in their careers. Like
5 years ago.
Yes, Future put out Dirty Sprite, so that was, what was Drake doing in 2015? Let's look and see what Drake was doing.
Look at Drake in 2015.
If you're reading this, it's too late.
That's fire.
You right. So why would
that was fire, bro? What a Time to Be Alive was fire. No. It definitely did what it had to do, especially for the time. I know me personally was kicking it to that album or that project or whatever.
Where was you at in 2015?
Not where I was supposed to be.
Where was you at?
Telling my mama I was somewhere and was really.
No, I mean, like, what was going? Oh, so was you in high school?
I graduated in 2016, so that was my senior year.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was in college, so I was listening. I mean, at a party, I'm sure I was hyped listening to. No, for real. Like, at a party, I'm sure I was hyped listening to "What a Time to Be Alive" whenever Live from the Gutter
it just matched the theme.
Yeah, but it was still like, I'm cool, but
I guess.
Hey, I re-listened. I gave it a chance. This shows that I'm not against giving people chances, but they just have to show up. You know what I mean? And I guess you can say they showed up, but
Bottom line, they showed up.
whatever, man. Welcome back to a Hidden Gem podcast. I am your host, Christian, here with the homie.
Yep, it's me. I'm back, Skylar.
All right, man. We are back. Episode 3. Episode 3. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube at Skinny Dude TV and follow us on Instagram at Hidden Gem Podcast. Yeah, so we just recapped our throwback episode that we threw up last week. So check that out if you haven't checked it out yet. It was a great episode, and we'll bring a lot more of that to y'all. Maybe every Thursday, probably most likely. So, Skylar, how are you?
I'm good.
You good? What's going on with you? What'd you do this weekend? What's going on in life?
Shit over here.
What's the same? See, Skylar laughs because she knows like it's a lot of stuff, but she don't keep it cool. You know what I mean?
That's all I can do. You know.
What'd you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Kicked it with the homies. Celebrated one of our friends who's moving to Houston. Shout out to Sydney. Graduated and she's making moves. So celebrated her going away. That was really it. For real.
Before the camera came on, we were talking about Tenet.
Yes.
Would you recommend it to people?
I would recommend Tenet to people if they liked Inception, for sure. If you like very in-depth, like, I guess, I don't know that category of movies per se, but suspenseful with a splash of something.
Drama. I
don't know. It's like a mind thing. Like, you really have to pay attention.
Critical thinking, I guess.
Critical
like,
thinking movie. That could cover it, critical thinking movie. But if you liked Inception, I would say watch it. The same guy made that. But it's definitely a little harder to follow. I give it a 3 out of 5.
I think I would agree with you. I don't think it's one of those movies that I'd have to give a legitimate rating after it came out on DVD, and I would watch it again.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. But I wouldn't even say, if I had to change it, it'd go lower than higher. But
really?
Yeah.
Even if you watch it again and you understood
I would say
more?
It's maybe a 2.5 to 3.
I'd
probably give it a 3.
Because either way, if I watched it and at the second time and understood more, I'm still giving it a 3 because it's just really hard to follow. Like, and I like that type of movie, so it's not like I'm slow or nothing.
Yeah, no.
But it's like that movie is just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Inception was one of those ones where it's like, when I watched it, I got it.
Right.
But also, when I watched it a second time, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, you catch a lot of stuff that you missed first time you watch it. I feel like I for sure will be like that with Tenet. Like, another movie I was like that with was Us. Like, Us wasn't as bad as Inception or Tenet, but Us was one of those movies that, like, when I went online and, like, saw the, like, what you missed or whatever, or explain, some of the parts.
I feel like Us was good, but it was, like, the stuff that you go back and realize what, like, I feel like the difference is you go back and you watch Us and you realize different stuff, but it's not as important as stuff that you missed on, like, Tenet, for example.
For sure. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Like, Us is one of those movies, like, you'll get it, like, when you watch it. Like, you don't have to watch it a second time.
Right.
But if you go, like, watch it again, then you might catch some stuff. It's like, oh, that's crazy. But, like, it's not necessarily important to fully understand the movie.
Exactly.
Tenet was one of the movies where it was like, yo, you got to catch this or you are screwed.
Yeah.
So... yeah, it was a good movie. I'd give it a I'd give it a 3. But I'd watch it again to make sure I give it that rating. Like, it was...
I'm definitely going to watch it a second time.
Oh, yeah. Like, it was good. It was I'm definitely going to watch it again with subtitles because I feel like that was important, too. Me, like, I mean, you said you didn't really trip off it. But, like, a lot of times I was like, what did they just say? Fun fact, in the middle of the movie, and then we'll talk about the experience of going to movies during the pandemic, but in the middle of the movie, you know how, like, you might change a button on a remote, like, while you watch a movie at home? They did that in the middle of the movie on the big screen. So, like, the narrator of the movie started talking. It was like, Karen turns and looks at you in disgust. Yeah. Like, I was like, are y'all for real? And they left it on for like a cool little minute. So, like, we're watching this whole scene.
You mean like the actual theater? Like,
in the actual theater. Yeah, like, you hear over the big screen, like, Karen turns and look at you. And I'm like, what's going on? And it was on for like an entire scene. So I get up in the middle of the movie theater. I'm like, I'm about to go tell somebody, like, yo, can y'all fix this?
You mean like the actual, hell no.
Oh, yeah. Like, in the middle of the movie, like, you know how, like, that happens and, like, the sound of the movie, like,
right.
gets quieter and then the narrator speaks. Yeah, it happened. And I was like, are y'all for real? Like, it was happening. It was loud, too.
Yeah.
So I got up and I walked over there. And next thing you know, we heard, like, a click. And I think they, like, switched it back. But, like, it was...
Somebody
I was
was
like,
doing what they was supposed to be doing up there in that box.
Oh, for sure. Which leads me to my experience at the movie theater. In the middle of a pandemic, there was absolutely nobody there. We were the only ones. If I'm not mistaken, we were the only ones in the entire theater
on a Sunday
at the B&B and Lee Summit. We were the only ones there. We walked in. Dude was at the concession. Nobody was there.
How were they about cash? Couldn't
do cash. Wasn't accepting cash
for tickets or concession.
For either one. And then he had his mask on. He was like, okay, yeah. Really irritating. They didn't have butter. Tierra really wanted popcorn. She said, I love movie popcorn. So I was like, all right, cool. And dude was like, yeah, you can have some popcorn, but we're actually all out of butter. And I was like, how are you out of butter at a movie theater?
Because there didn't a lot of people coming in there. They probably wasn't.
Maybe they just bought a little bit, not a whole lot. Like, I don't know. But then, yeah, and then we went in the movie theater and nobody was there. They tell you what they do. You know, what they like do to clean their stuff. They told you the same stuff, right?
Yep, it was a whole like commercial about it.
Yeah, that's what they did with us. It was a whole commercial about, you know, they clean the seats and you can use, if you want to use wipes to clean your seats, make sure you use ours. Don't just use your own. Yeah, it was a whole lot. But I was actually...
made it comfortable, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I felt really good, like, being in there. And nobody was in there as well. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, we good. Like, we straight. You know,
how was B&B with... the snack prices? Did they drop them?
It depends on what you call drop. How much was y'all's?
At Cinemark, everything was damn near half off. Like, we paid like $4 for the big thing, a kettle corn.
I don't think they dropped their prices.
Cinemark dropped their snack prices, y'all.
Oh yeah, go to Cinemark because B&B
B&B bullshit, but it's worth it.
For sure. Like I love going to B&B. But for like the slushy, which wasn't even a slushy this time. The thing wasn't frozen, but like the slushy and the popcorn was like $14. So I mean, maybe it was a little cheaper, but overall it was
same old.
Yeah, same old price. But it was just good to actually. I got in the car with her and I was like, yo, we ain't been on a date in a while. Like we ain't really been out. We ain't really did nothing like that for real. So it felt good to go to the movies again and actually do something. But yeah, it was cool. Wasn't nobody there. Ain't no movies coming out, but it was cool. I'm excited to see that Spiral. Did you see that preview with Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson?
I missed it.
Oh, it was it's like a spinoff of Saw. It's like
Saw.
It's like a Saw movie, but it's called Spiral.
Are you saying Salt?
Saw, SAW.
Okay. Because I thought you said Salt at first.
Nah, Saw. With Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson. So that one looked kind of cool. Yeah,
it's like a horror
it's
movie?
Weird. Not horror, but like, well, I mean, I guess you can say horror. It's kind of, you know.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, like, did you like the Saw movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure it's from the thing of Saw, like the series.
I have not seen that. I do want to see Janelle Monáe's new movie.
I'm cool.
Antebellum, I think. Jordan Peele.
I'm cool.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, are you not big on Jordan Peele's movies?
I love Jordan Peele's movies. I'm one of the people who actually love his movies. There are a lot of people who don't, but I love them. I'm not big on and tell me if I'm wrong. It looks like, back in the day slave movie.
I don't know. The preview doesn't give a lot.
I'm kind of tired of seeing movies like that.
I can understand that.
But Jordan Peele does a great job with his movies. Like Get Out was great. Us was great. But I just, this one is like, I don't really want to see this. He's got another one coming out. What's I can't think of what it is. It's a more scary movie though. But I mean, I will go see it, but I'm not like itching to go see it. I think
that one's gonna be out in theaters. I think you have to stream that.
Oh, you have to stream it? Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. I actually would prefer to stream it, like put it on my big screen and watch it like that. But
yeah, There was a thing on, I don't know how true it was, but that Megan Thee Stallion supposed to be working on a horror movie with him. And I'm like, she gets another point every time. I
didn't know. So did you know she's actually acted before? She was in a TV show called, what's the show I was watching? Good Girls? It's a TV show about a bunch of moms who rob banks or rob stores and stuff like that to,
This is old or new?
It's an older show. It's still on TV, but like it's
choosing like an older episode.
It's not. Yeah, it's old. It was before. I'm not. If I'm not mistaken, it was before Megan Thee Stallion like really hit big. Sure,
yeah.
But like she was in it. She played a stripper, and I was like, oh snap! I didn't know she was in this. But like maybe about a year or two ago. But it was interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, I'll go see. Is it Antebellum? Yeah.
I think it's Antebellum.
Well, if Tierra want to watch it, I'll go see it. But I'm cool.
I'll give you feedback on that one.
Well, you let me know. That'll let me know if I go see it.
Right.
Because if you don't like it,
it's hard.
Cool.
The preview doesn't really. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell which way it's gonna go. Like, there's not a lot of. I don't know. And then I never saw. Did it come out? I'm having a brain fart. Candyman. How they redid that?
That's the one I was thinking about. That's a Jordan Peele one too, right? That's the one I'm waiting to see him.
I think there was a whole thing about that one because it was like, it wasn't all him on that one. I don't think. Yeah.
But that's the one I really want to see. I like those type of movies. Like I love to Get Out. I love Us, and I don't know. Watching the trailer of Antebellum, I'm like, it's not for me. But Jordan Peele does a great job, so maybe I'll watch it just out of watching him. So, all right. So let's move on. I'm trying to think which way I want to go. Let's talk about Kanye. Skylar didn't know that he went on.
I know he did another rant. And I follow him. I didn't see this.
You follow him on Twitter?
Yeah.
Why you follow him on Twitter?
What else
You're
am
not
I
a fan.
follow him on?
Yo, I seen you listening to 30 Out. I saw you.
Boosie.
Bro.
He's so boosie. He acts like I just hate Kanye.
I didn't know you listen to Kanye like that.
I do listen to Kanye. My best friend loves him. So plus you. So it's like, bro.
So you love him too? Like
I don't love Kanye, but
you like his music.
I like his music. I respect him as an artist.
How do you feel about that album you was listening? Did you listen to that whole album or you just listen to 30 Hours?
I mean, 30 Hours is probably the best song on that album.
You done lost your mind.
What's the best song on that album?
Not 30 Hours.
What's the best song on that album?
Famous.
Real. Why you say
real
famous?
parties
Why
in
you say
LA.
famous?
Don't do that.
Why you say famous?
She ain't even own that much of the song. She don't like the beginning and then that's it.
Why'd you say famous though?
She don't like the
But why'd
hook.
you say it? Can you just say why you said it?
Because it's a great song. And Rihanna is on it.
Okay.
But it's a great song.
Okay.
If he would have got anybody else that can sing on that joint, like it would still be a great song. Like
best song, no feature.
I gotta look. Let's
do best song, no feature.
Best song, no feature on that. I got my Spotify pulled up. Best song, no feature. Hold on, give me a second. Father Stretch My Hands. Easy.
Okay.
Real Friends is it too.
Okay.
This is just a good album. So I mean, it's not his best, but it's a good album. But anyway, you didn't know Kanye went on another rant, and he did. So, actually, I didn't see this most recent rant. John, did you see this most recent rant of his numbers? Have you seen all of them? No? This one? All right. So, he basically, overall, Kanye speaks about, how can I describe this?
I was going to say, how you go deep in?
To me, he speaks about basically the rights and ownership to your own creations and to, this rant that Kanye went on made me think Kanye not as crazy as people say he is. So like this is the type of stuff that I would love to hear Kanye talk about. I don't want to hear you talk about politics at all. Focus on stuff like this. Like he is talking about, like here he is too. He says new recording and publishing deal guidelines. Like he says the artist owns the copyright in the recordings and songs and leases them to the record label / publisher for a limited term, 1-year deal. The record label publisher is a service provider that receives a share of the income for a limited term. The split can be 80-20 in the artist's favor. And he numbers them and he goes up to like 7, where basically he talks about like finding a way for the artist to like not get screwed out of like their deals and stuff like that.
Right.
And then like the earlier tweets, he was just talking about just talking about everything that talked about like us having ownership and us having our own rights to our stuff, and like just the changes that need to be made to stuff like that. Like he talked about, like, did you see Hit Boy retweeted some of his stuff? Hit Boy retweeted it. A lot of people have been retweeting Kanye's tweets and stuff like that, like, because he sounds.
Because now this is where he needs to be.
Exactly. Like, he sounds sane. Like, as one of the biggest artists in the game, or to one of the biggest artists to have been releasing music, like, often, and good music, Kanye should have been talking about stuff like this. He should have been talking about, like, ways to do this and stuff like that. Like, instead of talking about, you know, Harriet Tubman didn't even free the slaves and all that foolishness that he was talking about. Like, people want to hear him. Maybe he's coming out of that. Like, and this is why, like, maybe, you know, maybe he, like, maybe he's out of it and he's starting to become, you know, because he's been in the studio with Hit Boy, or not Hit Boy, Dre. Who else did he show? He was Lil Baby. Like, he was in the studio with some people that was like, all right, we want to hear you make some music with them. So, but yeah, this tweet that Hit Boy retweeted was the music industry and the NBA are modern day slave ships. I'm the new Moses.
I remember that.
I mean, okay, the new Moses part you could have left without, but
you know he's still gonna be Kanye.
Oh, of course. Like, here he says, in the spirit of my godfather Irvin and his best friend Robert, trust me, I won't stop until all is fair. Trust me, from Nat Ye, aka Baby Putin. Wow. And then this is the tweet where he's peeing on his Grammy.
That's the one. He took it there, of course.
It's something up with Kanye, man. But nevertheless, he was on a really cool rant. Like,
even with that though, it's like, I'm not surprised. Like, he's doing stuff that.
What, the tweet rant or the peeing on the Grammy?
Rant, the peeing on the Grammy. Oh. I can see him doing all of that stuff. Like, that doesn't really surprise me. Like, it's like, okay, like seeing it the first time, it's like, what is he doing? But then it's like, okay, I can see why he's doing that.
Did you see what he said about Drake and Kendrick and Cole?
Yes. And how he needs apologies?
He said they owe him an apology. Mm-hmm. But why, though?
I thought he was going to follow up.
He really didn't. More with that, he just kind of said, hey, y'all owe me. And here he's posting screenshots of an entire contract.
Those are still up.
They still up. But he did get banned. I think he got banned after he posted that dude's phone number.
Yeah. Who was the artist that tweeted free Kanye first or something?
I don't even know.
It was somebody that said Kanye sent me to spread this message.
Kanye. It was, I don't remember. It was a woman. I don't remember who it was. But yeah. He posted somebody, I think it was from Forbes. He posted their phone number and they banned him. They blocked, shut him down for a little bit. Man, I'm trying to get to like actual tweets, but this contract is so long. Yeah, I don't. He went on a whole little rant, man, and I was just kind of like, this is the good Kanye. Like, this is the Kanye. Like, people say Kanye's crazy. I'm pretty sure I've said Kanye's crazy. But this is the Kanye I want to hear from. Like, say some crazy stuff about this. Don't talk that crazy political stuff. Like, I don't care for that. But, I mean, I'm cool with him going on rants like this. Like,
it's about the industry.
Yeah, it's about something that I feel like you actually know about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that Kanye knows a lot about politics. I mean, that's just my belief. But I believe when you've been an artist who's released classic albums and have, you know, won Grammys, I believe you can talk a lot about, you know, ownership, and because you've signed a bunch of contracts. Yeah, like you signed a bunch of contracts. You've signed, you've been in a lot of deals. He said I'm the head of Adidas, and it's like, that's a reach, but I get where you're coming from. Like, people go to, I mean, I'm sure that's where they get a lot of their money, like, in the first place. He said he should be on Adidas. He should be head of Adidas. I think he said Gap too, but because he got some type of deal with them.
He did say something about Gap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then I mean, this whole little rant, I was just kind of like, hey, he know what he's talking about. He's being honest, and I'm cool with hearing Kanye talk about this. I would love some new music.
Okay, I was just about to ask you what you think about that, because I thought, I don't remember the exact word or whatever, but when he said that he wasn't releasing worldly music anymore and he wasn't performing any of his old stuff. And that was the year he was the surprise guest at Astroworld. And I was like, "Now, what you about to get out here and do?"
What did he do?
Nah.
Can't do nothing? Oh, okay.
He did that. What else did he do? I mean, he didn't really do much else, honestly.
So
I had to go back and watch the video, but I'm just curious about him being in the studio with Lil Baby if he's gonna stick to that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Kanye was a producer before he was a rapper.
That's true.
So with that, I feel like now he is in a state of mind where he probably won't drop his own, like, you know, hip hop music. But I'm sure he's probably in the mindset of, I'll still do some producing. I'll produce for Lil Baby. I'll produce for, you know, whoever wants to get in the studio with me. Plus, I mean, because, I mean, he's produced those albums. Like, you know, he produced Tiana Taylor's last album before this most recent one.
So you think he's
Pusha T's album.
more in the producing side?
Like, he'll still produce, but I think he won't. I don't think he'll actually start rapping no more. Like, I don't think he want to do that. I listened to his Big Boy interview when that Jesus is King album came out, and I was like, he basically talked about how I don't want to do that no more. That's not what I want. Like, God brought me here to, you know, bring this type of music now. So it's like, if I'm religious, so I mean, if that's what he told you, by all means do it. But I would still personally love some Kanye music, like.
Right.
So, because even those Jesus projects with the choir one, that one was good. I didn't really like the one where he was rapping, but the choir one was great.
He remixed that everybody was
So Anxious by Genuine. Yeah, he also remixed SWV Rain. Yeah, that one was good. I mean, he got some joints on there where I'm like, I'm cool with all that. So, and then he also went on, and this is just a little rant from Christian. He also went on the, what's the karaoke dude name? What's the dude that does Conan O'Brien? Is that him? No, that's not him.
Conan?
I don't know. That's not what I'm talking about though. It's the other one. James Corden? I don't know. Anyway, he was on a plane with his choir and the dude, and he was singing. You know what I'm talking about now?
Is that the dude is that the same dude who does the drive karaoke?
Yeah, who is that? What's his name? I don't know neither. But anyway, yeah, he did a airplane karaoke, and it was dope. Like, I was like, they did they was singing out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, that's my jam.
Would you go to a Sunday service?
I would definitely go to a Sunday service.
What's your price cap if you had to get a ticket?
Free.
But what would be the most you paid?
Free.
Okay.
I mean, I would pay. It depends. Like, do you know how much they cost?
I don't know if
they like $50, maybe. I don't think I'd pay like $100 to go. I don't know. I got.
It's like when you say it, it's like, maybe.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean,
it is Kanye.
It's Kanye. I mean, sometimes
you might
he has
see a little Northy.
I was about to say, sometimes Pusha be there. Like, sometimes his artists be there with him. So sometimes I would go or whatever. But I mean, hey, I might be willing.
That's funny.
But no, it's Kanye, man. So I'm happy with some of the tweets he's been making. I hope for some new music, but hey, if Kanye can make some change like that, you know, like spark change in terms of like ownership and stuff like that,
right,
I think it's important. But yeah. So, and then have you heard of I don't know if you've paid attention to it. His name is Steve Stout. He's got it's called United Masters. It's basically, if I'm not mistaken, it's a streaming service that gives like the artists, like, they have ownership of all their stuff.
You go through that to make sure you got all your rights as an artist.
Yeah, so Steve Stout is one of the people in like the music industry. He's one of them famous people in the music industry, and I think he started his own record, like not record label, but streaming service where you have your own, you know, you have the rights to own your stuff. So I think he was in support of it as well, because, you know, he says, like, people talk about the artists like not getting their just dues and stuff like that in terms of money and all that stuff. So
right, I think there's a lot that goes into it.
Exactly. Like, when they talk about, artists have came out and talked about it all the time, but it's a lot of people who have said, like, yo, I ain't been paid right, I ain't been treated right. So it's a whole lot, but it's a good shot. Anyway, but yeah, off of Kanye, I was a little upset.
About what?
About Cardi B and Offset.
I wasn't upset. I felt like this was, I don't want to say it was coming, but I told him the other day, yeah, we gonna get a divorce. She said that 2 years ago. Y'all.
I didn't think it was coming, but I
I
didn't think it was coming this
but-
soon.
Cause what, she been married to him for 4 years?
They just did the whole
3 years?
What they just do? They just did the whole, like, they was together taking pictures with Culture and everything. Like, I feel like they've been together a lot more recently, but I mean, I wasn't upset. That's exaggeration, but I was like, dang, like,
Yeah.
they was cool.
I liked them together.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. Like, that's why I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that was happening.
She can get another Offset, but Offset can't, I don't think, pulling somebody else of that stature.
He can't.
Yeah.
Cardi B is like,
Yeah, she's
at the
up
top
there.
right now. You not getting another one. Like, all right, so you listened to her live. I listened to some of it. What did you take from her live overall?
Cause when she first got on live, she wasn't talking about the relationship. She was talking about, I guess she has a new song with Anita, and she got this
I think
photo
it's
shoot.
called Me Gusta or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't personally listened to the song, but that's what she got on there talking about. But it's the first time her going on live since all this has happened. So people are like, okay, let's get to the Offset part. But she eventually started talking about it and basically said that she got the divorce before it got to the point of him having a baby on her or him cheating on her again or something else bad happening. She was like, she just got tired of the relationship pretty much, and why does it always have to be, like with her being in the spotlight and everything, why does it always have to be something that happened for her to want better for herself?
All right, so you tell me this, because I heard that part. I heard like the snippets, like the cut,
Yeah.
when people cut them or whatever. So she basically, from what I heard, she said that, okay, so apparently there was a rumor that he was having a baby on the way. She said that's not true. She said that she wanted to get out of the relationship before they got to the point where it wasn't the same. She didn't love him no more. Like, things were different. She wanted to get out before that happened. Do you feel like that's the wrong way to go about a relationship? I personally feel like that's the wrong way to go about a relationship. Maybe it's because I'm married, but
That's what I
nevertheless.
say. I'm not married, so I can't speak on that part of it. But if you feel
Skylar scenario, right?
if you feel like it's about to be something, I would cut. Or you feel like shit's not the same, I don't see what's wrong with saying let's just end it now before we drift apart even more or before we step out on each other.
Skylar scenario. That's what we're going to start calling these. Skylar's
Skylar
scenario.
scenarios.
Here we go. You in a relationship, right?
Okay.
You in a relationship? Don't answer that.
No, I'm not.
Oh, she answered it. I didn't expect her to answer that. You in a relationship, right? And stuff just ain't the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do you just say, it ain't the same how it used to be. We done. We ain't going to do this no
I'm
more.
sure that they worked on
Wait a
it.
minute. Are you, though?
I mean, I don't think it was just cold turkey. This ain't the same. I'm out. I feel like it was probably times where they did try to work on it, or something, or XYZ happened for them to try to improve the relationship, and then they just realized, well, shit, ain't nothing else working.
The way she was talking like,
He's already cheated and done all that shit before, so
well,
it's
that's
like,
true.
you know.
You right, but
So
I mean,
it's like before he do it again, let me get my ass out of here.
I don't know, man.
If
I
he
was just
wasn't-
kind of
she wasn't
like,
happy with him no more. Shit.
I was just kind of, from what she was talking, I kind of heard, I thought she was saying that like things ain't been the same. I want to go ahead and get divorced before, you know.
She said she want to be free. She want to be a free bird.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like you said, he can't go up over Cardi.
No.
But she can.
She can bag whoever.
I mean,
That's facts. Sorry, Offset, I love you to death, but
Do you love him to death?
I've always been a Migos fan. And
Amigos fan.
But
His album is trash.
We're not gonna get into everybody's individual projects, but
Because you think they trash?
we're not gonna get into everybody's individual projects. However, Migos, yes, I've always loved them, but he's
they
not going
projects
up.
is trash.
I have no comment.
All right, man. What did you think? She said that she not releasing an album until she not releasing the album until she can
tour.
perform, she can tour, she can do interviews. She's gonna
completely
wait.
back her up on that.
You say you do? Why?
Because especially somebody of her like stature and her following.
But if you backed her up on that, like that would mean we ain't getting projects from.
I'm fine with that.
You cool with not getting projects from a lot of people?
I mean, everybody else ain't said that. They were talking about just her.
Oh, you're talking. Well, you're not like a Cardi fan. Though.
I'm not a huge Cardi fan, but I still get why she said that. It still makes.
I get why she
sense.
said it, but like you're cool with it, like
it makes sense. I feel like she's looking at it more like a business standpoint. Like her album could still do numbers, but she could make more money with a booming ass album if she could tour. I feel like she's thinking of the
think a lot. I'm
more.
cool with a lot of people. I'm cool with people saying that. I understand why people say it, but I feel like at this point, like I don't know if people truly know when they'll be able to put albums out. You know what I'm saying?
If that's
like
the case.
Yeah, like I mean, what if you can't put an album out until this isn't a stretch, but December of 2021? Like, does that mean you gonna wait until the end? Like,
I feel like she's dead ass. Like, and I don't blame her. I could see her waiting until 2020 or the end of 2021, or maybe possibly January or like early 22. I could see that.
I could see her waiting until...
and she'll definitely survive off features and singles until then.
You're right. I think I could see her waiting until summer of next year.
Yeah.
Summer of next year might be cool for her.
Depends on if she really locking in on I want to be able to tour, it might be a little longer than that. I hope and pray that it's still next summer. But
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back hooping.
Right, all that.
I'm trying to get back doing everything. I'm at that point now where I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
And do some more stuff outside and mingle with people. So, and the Hidden Gem podcast has a lot of plans in store.
Do.
So
he's funny.
Keep that in mind. Mark your calendars.
No,
I don't have a date, but mark your calendars.
Right.
But I mean, I get it. I understand why people don't want to put out music now. So, I mean, I do think we're getting a Drake album, though. I think we're going to get a Drake album. He did 2 songs with Khaled. He did the whole Laugh Now, Cry Later. I think we're getting a Drake project soon. He doing music videos.
Dropping by the end of the year?
If not by the end of the year, first 2 or 3 months of next year. Me personally.
What's it called? Lover Boy?
Certified Lover Boy. I think we'll get it soon. I think Drake is at a point where he big enough to where I can just drop an album and then I can tour off it whenever we can tour.
I want. Yeah.
Like,
and people are still gonna, it doesn't even matter.
Because I'm sure that, like, let's say Drake drop an album in December and then July of 2021, they say, all right, concerts, we're about to start opening up. By the end of next year, if that goes how I just said it, by the end of next year, Drake could probably say, all right, y'all, I'm touring. And then he will sell out like that. Like,
you don't think Cardi could do that?
I think Cardi could too, but not as easy as Drake can.
Right.
Like, Cardi probably is like paying more attention to it because Cardi's only put out 1 album.
Right.
Drake has put out a bunch of projects. Drake can probably do that and then say, all right, whenever we can open up, we're going to tour.
Right.
But right now, we just chilling. He can make music videos and stuff like that, but he can tour whenever. Like, so I mean, I've never seen Drake live, so whenever he does tour, I definitely want to go.
He's so hard.
For sure. I've seen a lot of my favorite artists perform recently. I want to continue to do so. So I'm going to try and see him. Anyway, music that dropped recently. Did you listen to anything new that came out? It's not a lot.
I listened to Code Red with Moneybagg and...
you listened to that?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's cool. I'm
not a Moneybagg fan, nor am I a Black Youngster fan.
Moneybagg grew on me. Moneybagg grew on me kind of how Dirk grew on me, in a way.
I'm not a Dirk fan, so I can't. And people tell me I'm crazy, but
I honestly
when I say
like
people, I mean you
remix.
and Denisha. Huh?
I didn't like the Said Something remix with City Girls on there. I didn't really like that one. The Said Something remix.
Is that on the Code Red?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not a City Girls fan. I think I don't want to say trash. I gotta stop saying that.
Trash is really a strong word.
I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop saying trash. It's disrespectful.
And you call projects trash, it's like, damn, you really don't like that.
I gotta stop using that word, but I'm not a City Girls fan. They don't rap on beat, and that bothers me. They
came a long way though.
Act Up is a good song.
They've came a long way. I respect them. I like more of their music than I used to.
I think I think Act Up is one of them songs that's like, I really like, and this is weird for me to say, but I like any song that gets women to stop whatever they're doing just to start rapping at a party. Like
because those moments are important for the girls.
Because at my wedding when if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was Nuck If You Buck.
Was it?
Was it Nuck If You Buck?
It had to be. Yeah.
She went crazy.
Yeah, we knocking and bucking. Yeah,
yeah, she went crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm her hype man, so I had her back. But I like those type of songs that can get any woman to just stop and just start rapping. And Act Up is one of them songs. So, but besides that, and then that song they got with Cardi, their music is just.
It's for the girls.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But it's in terms of actual rapping, that's just,
still.
Yeah, no, it's not for me. But that's all you knew that you heard?
That's really.
Are you a Baby Keem fan?
I am. When I first started listening to him, he had to grow on me a little bit, but I started listening to him more and more. Did he drop something?
He dropped 2 songs. I didn't listen to him. I'm not a fan. But
did you like? Oh, I was about to say, did you like his album?
I didn't listen to him, but I mean.
The person who told me about Baby Keem only heard about Baby Keem because Drake said
he had like Drake in his Rap Radar interview said that he had one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah.
So I went and listened and I was like, what Baby Keem is Drake talking about?
You didn't like it?
Nah, it wasn't for me.
Whoa.
Maybe I need to go back. Do I need to go back?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go back if you tell me I need to go back.
Die for my bitch. That's what it's called.
I'll go back if I need to go back. So
I think what makes me like the project is just being so versatile. Like there's so many different sounds in this project. Like the range. That's what people say on Twitter. Like the range. Y'all want range? That project has range.
I'll go back if I need to go back, and I'll see what's up.
I say go. I don't know if you listen to this on the first time, just because I know how you are. If you listen to this on the first time you didn't like it, he might not be the person for you. But
I mean, maybe I'll go back and really give it a really good listen. Like,
did you like Orange Soda?
Which one is that?
Bitch sit on my face. Yeah.
Yes, I like that song.
I mean, that's the radio hit, but
yeah, okay. So I like when he be like, "Shut the fuck."
Yeah,
yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
His project is cool though. I didn't know he dropped 2 new tracks.
I'm gonna check it out. I'll go back and listen again and see what's up.
You might like him a little bit more.
Alicia Keys dropped the album.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
When?
This past Friday. Are you an Alicia Keys fan?
I was when I was younger.
Listen to this album.
Really, Christian?
I listen. Alicia Keys dropped an album before this years ago, and I did not like it. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. It was good. It's one of the albums that was good, but you just don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not for me. This album, I was like, okay, Alicia's grown. She's in a completely different state of mind. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I listened to it. And Tierra said the same thing. She was like, I don't really care. But she played it. We both was like, okay, this album got some joints on it. Like,
really?
It's actually pretty solid. She got a song with Tierra Whack. Mm-hmm. She has a song with Miguel. That's the song that already came out. Song with Khaled already came out. Snow Allegra. Okay. I love Snow Allegra.
I know you do.
And she got a song with Jill Scott. And Sampha. She has a song with Sampha that's really good. But
how many tracks?
It says 15.
15.
But 3 of them are songs that have been out already. I really like it. Like
out of 5.
Out of 5 for me, I'd give her like a 3, maybe a 3.5. I like it a lot. It's some of the ones where I'm like, nah, but there are definitely a few. I'd say maybe 7 of them I would add to a playlist. Like, I really fool with these. So, Authors of Forever is a jam. The song, I honestly, a lot of the songs with the features I like. The Miguel feature, the Khalid feature, the Tierra Whack feature, the Snow Allegra feature. I like those. So I really like some of these songs. I was shocked. I didn't expect to like it, but I really like it. Brent Faiyaz put out an album. Or not an album, I'm sorry. He put out a song. I wish he would put out an album, but it's cool. He put out a song called Dead Man Walking.
Him being compared to Bryson. It's like, stop. I don't know.
People
like,
compare him to Bryson?
Yes, all the time on Twitter.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I didn't know people compared him to Bryson. I mean, I get the comparison, but Brent Faiyaz is in a whole nother lane. He's amazing.
You don't like Bryson?
I like Bryson too, but Bryson just don't release music. That song, and Bryson put out a song maybe a week or two ago. It's called Inhale. I didn't like it.
You didn't?
Some people, you liked it?
I liked it.
It was cool, but
I'm
was
just
like,
happy to get any new Bryson Tiller stuff at this point.
I want Bryson to just drop an album. I feel like he's getting there because he put out Blame a few months ago. He put out Inhale. I feel like he's getting to that point where he wants to put out music, but I didn't like Inhale for real. It wasn't for me. Maybe I'm bugging, but I didn't really like it. It wasn't.
You just want a project.
I'd like a project, even if it's like a small like EP where you put out 5 songs. I would like that, but I like Trap Soul. A lot of people didn't like his second album. I really like his second album, but hey, I mean I like it, but it is what it is. Bryson. Yeah. But I guess that's everything, man. You got anything else?
New music on the way.
Is it?
It is.
How soon?
October 13th.
Okay. All right. October. Y'all heard it here.
Y'all heard it here
we
first.
might do a lyric break. Maybe we'll do a lyric breakdown next week.
We can. We can do one to the truth.
Okay. All right. We're going to do that. All right. But anyway, let's get out of here, man. Make sure, again, you subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram at Hidden Gem Podcast. You can follow me at SkinnyDude20. And you can follow Skylar.
Follow me on Instagram at TheRealSkyCali and on Twitter at SkylarCali_.
All right, man. We are out of here. Be back next week, same time, every Wednesday. We'll see y'all later. Peace.